So I'm not going to be on here about a quick minute, but I did something kind of stupid, but it was not only my stupidity, it was Sierra England's stupidity. Where my stupidity comes in was letting that happen. Sierra England tends to run your fuel stops really far apart. And when I got to Des Moines, Iowa to go home, I ran in there with my fuel light was on by the time I got there, topped the tanks off, parked my truck, went home, blah blah blah. Well, my next fuel stop was Salina, Utah, where I'm at now. Well, I didn't make it. And of all places, I should have known better. I should have stopped at either Grand Junction, Colorado, or in Green River, Utah, at either one of those loves, and had them open up my fuel card and got fuel there and skipped this fuel stop. But I decided to try to make it. And for those of you who know, I just happened to get really lucky at where I decided to stop to take my half-hour break. I basically stopped just in time to take my half-hour break right about in the middle of that dead zone. That 100 miles between Green River, Utah and Salina, Utah, where the only place you have any kind of service, cell service for your phone, is right next to the view area. Well, I pulled off at one of the exits for right by one of those view areas, which is the only reason why I had service. I stopped, turned the truck off so that I would conserve fuel so I could hopefully make it the rest of the way through the dead zone to make it to here. The truck would not start back up when my half-hour break was up because it was that low on fuel. So that was one of those things I should have known better than to do. But I was looking at the fuel gauge and I was looking at how many miles I had left to go, and I was just like, yeah, I could probably make it. Well, I had to wait for not as long as I had thought, but I still had to wait for a couple hours for him to send somebody out to put a little bit of fuel in my tanks, prime the system, and get me out here. So one of those stupid moments. I wasn't going to tell you guys, but I figure I'll be open and honest, tell you guys. And but I'm not going to let that happen again. I'm definitely going to stop in the future and have my fuel card turned on before I ever get lower than a quarter of a tank again. So some of these fuel stops have been stretched out so far, and I don't know how many. I'm going to shut this off because it's just annoying me. Let's see, how many miles is it from? I'll stop this for a second. From the Loves to here, 971 miles. Through several different mountainous areas. That's a long way to go between fuelings, and some trucks can do that. And these trucks at Sierra England seem to do pretty good on fuel mileage. They seem to go pretty far before they start getting low. They seem to get a little bit further than I think even the Bay and Bay trucks did between fuelings. And there was a couple times Bay and Bay just about did that to me as well. But I didn't necessarily run out of fuel. It's just that the truck would not start back up because it was low enough on fuel that I think the computer system wasn't going to let me keep driving and risk running out of fuel. So that's what I think happened. I think the computer wasn't going to let me start the truck back up until there was more fuel in the system. So whatever, it's not going to happen again though. I won't let that happen. But I've got like not quite 2 or so hours left of driving on my clock. And let's see, let me get out of this. And I'll set this back towards where I'm going to Montclair. I'm only going 468 miles. I'm going to drive a couple more hours and then I'll stop. Hey, Jeremy. And then I'll still, after I take a 10-hour break, I'll still get to California early in the morning. I'll send an ETA. As soon as I get to wherever I'm stopping for my 10-hour break, I don't think I can make it to all the way to Cedar City, but let's see. I've only got 8.5 hours left of driving to Montclair, California. And then I'll have about 2 hours less than that. I'll have 6.5 hours to get to Montclair, according to my GPS. And I'm going to add a stop in here. Travel centers, a long route. The Pilot at exit 4. Let's see. I don't think I can make it that far. I might be able to make it to the Loves in Cedar City. It's only 106 miles. So, but whatever. I thought I would try to make it, see if I could make it here with. And I stopped in the wee hours in the morning when it was dark up there. For those of you that know the area of the dead zone, I got stopped on the westbound side, not too far from Devil's Canyon, if you know where that's at. I have done videos of Spotted Wolf, Saltwash. Saltwash also goes by a different name. And Ghost Rock and Devil's Canyon. I've done videos of all 4 of those, but they're several years old. If you go back into my older videos, I think they're in a playlist. If you go back there and look at my playlist, you could probably find them in there. I'm pretty sure that they're still on there. I don't think I took them down. I'm not going to stay here too long. I just thought I would be open and honest and tell you guys I had a dumbass moment and tried to go too far. I should have stopped at least no further than Green River and pulled into those. They got both those gas stations on that exit One's a gas station loves and the other one's a truck stop loves. They used to be like an Exxon station and something else. And a few years back, Love's bought them out, and now they've got the two Loves on the far end exit of Green River, Utah, and then they've got that Pilot or Flying J like right in the middle of town. So, but that's pretty much what happened. I am going to shut this off because I'm not going to eat in front of you guys anymore. Apparently, there's a few of you guys, and I guess it is kind of rude for me to eat with food in my mouth in front of you guys and stuff like that. So I'm going to eat my lunch and get going and get down the road a couple of hours, and I'll do another live feed here after a while. And so, anyway, I'm just kind of surprised at myself at doing that. Every once in a while, I have a dumbass moment and decide to try to do something that I know I shouldn't do. And part of me thought that I could probably make it all the way here and pull up in here and top off the tanks. And now I'm having this, I topped off my tanks, but now I'm having this engine light saying to prime the fuel thing, and I don't know how to clear that out. So maybe one of you guys know how to clear that out. So anyway, I'm going to get off here and I'm going to finish eating my Arby's. And then I'm going to get down the road a couple hours so I can shut down for my 10, which I should have already been to where I was going to stop so I could get started earlier tonight. But no matter what, I'm going to be early. I'm going to drive 2 more hours, take a 10-hour break, and then drive about 6.5 hours and get down there to my delivery. So I figure when I get stopped, I'll send an ETA in and then they can start looking for me another load to go somewhere else. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye. Thanks for coming by.